Woo! We back.
We back and 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 we back. That's Chance the Rapper. That's Chance the Rapper.
That's Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper. I think so.
Who was the dude that I was like? I think this quote might actually, this Instagram stuff might actually have something to do with what we gonna talk about today.
Well then, nigga, pull it up and show me.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Find it for you, boy.
I'm about to find it. It's not exactly the topic, but it's part of the topic. And the little kids upstairs,
Yeah. Hey!
they going hard. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm about to play this.
That goddamn stomping.
I don't know where I got this confidence from. I just have it. And you physically can't share confidence. It comes from within. And if don't have it, they don't have it. And that's their problem. I like myself. I would myself. And I do everything that I do to please myself. I don't know where.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at it either.
I'm not mad at that.
But
First off, it's your boy Long Live Mos. We back at it again with another episode. You digging what I'm talking about? I'm here with my cousin.
Oscar.
You digging it? Hey, check this out. Before we even get started, make sure y'all go subscribe to this channel. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. But also go follow the new channel, You Good Digital. I'm going to post a link in the description. We're trying to build that page. It's going to be where all the new podcast stuff is going from now on.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying? I'll post my little clips on here, whatever the case may be. But I'm going back to talk some Mosi on this channel. And then we're going to do our podcast on the You Good Digital. Make sure you go follow that page, subscribe right now. Bam.
Boom. Done. So, you were like saying, don't know what to talk about today. I want to talk about health. Mental health, physical health, spiritual health, and emotional health.
Emotional health.
Emotional health.
Let's start there because I don't know what that is.
All right. I mean, everybody has emotions, right? People get jealous. People get mad. People get happy, angry, and all that.
Right.
I feel like, to me, emotional health is when you understand what your emotions are, where they come from, and what impact they have on you. And not being controlled by the emotions, right? So I think emotional health is like actually really important. But that's my take on emotional health. Like when I said it, what did you think of? Like what came to mind?
Before I give the dictionary version, emotional health. Honestly, cousin, I have no fucking idea. But I could say emotional. Let me see. Emotional health. If I say it more times, it's not gonna resonate. But emotional health. I feel like it's maybe it is controlling your emotions or being able to sit in your emotions and whatever it may be. So, like, let's say if you upset, be okay with being upset and knowing it's not gonna last long. Or if you're sad. Right. Be okay with being sad, but in the back of your head and in your conscience, you're knowing it's not going to last long. But you're able to sit in those emotions because as humans, we feel those emotions anyway. It's not like it's not healthy to block those emotions out.
It's not.
So I get it now. I get it.
This is emotional health.
I get it. Okay. We fucking with it today.
It's also not being controlled by your emotions too, right? Like, because I hear this all the time. People are like, oh, don't be mad at that. Don't. It's like, I'm like, well, wait a minute. People have a right to their emotions.
Right.
They have a right to feel what they feel. And I think rather than say, don't be mad at that, the question should be, or the statement should be, why does that make you upset?
Do you think, okay, understood. Why does that make you upset? But do you think when people say, don't be mad at that, that's like a way of saying, don't react to it that type of way?
I think it could be. I do think a lot of things and a lot of messages that people give, they mean one thing, but they're not actually saying what they mean.
Yeah, I get it.
And so when you dealing with someone, or when I'm really emotional, let me not say someone. When I get really emotional and someone says, don't be blank,
you get upset even more.
That makes me even more upset. And if the message is, hey, it'll be okay, or hey, why do you feel that way, or hey, tell me about those emotions. Because I think A part of emotional health could be just expressing the emotions you have and saying, this makes me feel like this for this reason. And, talking through it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because it's what you're saying is making me think about the other person's reaction to what you're going through, and usually it's always those people are like not projecting, but it's like it's almost like they get like to a point they try to question you to death to try to pull it out of you, and sometimes
Right.
you're just like you need to pull anything out of me. Like
Sometimes you just gotta let a person be.
I just gotta sit. I'm you know what? I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna call it a night, y'all.
Right.
I'm just gonna say don't be there. No. Let me just. Tonight is not the night.
Right.
Type of shit. Okay, I get it. Right here it says emotional health is about how we think and feel. It is about our sense of well-being, our ability to cope with life events, and how we acknowledge our own emotions as well as those of others. A sense of well-being, our ability to cope with life events, and how we acknowledge our own emotions. So I guess we touched on the part about basically about how we acknowledge our own emotions. Sense of well-being. I got kind of. What about the ability to cope with life events?
I think the coping part, from what I was saying earlier, I think the coping part comes in understanding why you have these emotions.
Right.
And also understanding it's okay.
Right.
It's okay that a person feels a way. It's okay that a person's upset or mad or whatever. I think where emotions become a problem, and it's what you were talking about, leading with your emotions.
Yeah.
The whole reacting part is where they
right.
become a problem. But
what you say?
respond.
Response, don't react.
Don't react.
Got you.
But the emotional part is it's okay to have those emotions, and it's okay to be with them. But I think it's important to understand where they're coming from, what's sparking that within you.
Have you ever been in a position to where you had to control your emotions, or even not even control? Have you ever been in a position to where you lost control of your emotions? One, and then have you ever been in a position to where you were able to control your emotions?
Yeah. So the lost control, that's easy.
Yeah.
Anytime I get mad and go off on somebody,
that just runs in our bloodline.
Yeah. Like there's been times where I've got mad and went off on someone, or like even like in work settings, road rage is even better. I be in the car yelling and hitting the wheel and screaming. It's like, you can't drive. Why don't you speed up? That's how accidents happen. And I'll be saying all that, and that's me losing control.
Right.
Right. Being in control, like I've also done that. Back to the road rage part. I remember one time, I live in the Bay. We up in Sac shooting this, and I was driving to Sac, and I put Sacramento in my GPS, and it said 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Nigga almost went home.
I was sitting in front of my house, and it said 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I was like, I need to go. I gotta go. So I sat in the car and I said, Oscar, it will be okay.
Yeah.
People are going to piss you off.
Yeah.
You have a lot of time. You'll be able to listen to some good music. You'll be able to have some good conversations with some of your friends.
Right.
It'll be okay. And that was
everything's gonna be all right.
That was me prepping myself to respond. And then there was one other time I had to kind of control my emotions. So, like I've said multiple times on the show, I'm ethically non-monogamous. Still got my podcast
AKA
coming.
Legal freak.
No, that just means I have the capacity to care deeply about more than one person.
AKA, I'm trying to force up. Go ahead.
Anywho, so in this situation, I was texting with one of my partners. Her and I have since like gone our separate ways. But I was texting with her, and she was like, "Oh, I'm about to meet up with somebody." She sends this picture and everything, and I got upset.
Oh, you got jealous.
I got mad jealous.
Oh, she must have been looking good.
She was looking hella good. It's not only that she was looking good. Not only that she was looking good. It was
Bitch,
like
you don't never dress up like that for me.
But
let me find out. You about to go upside her head because she had that good dress on.
But
I'm sorry, cuz I'm sorry.
You really enjoying this. I've never told you this story, huh? So this is a real reaction right here.
Oh.
We're going to get back to how I handled my emotional health that night.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But essentially what happened is like, I felt myself getting mad and I was about to text her something back. And I was like, you know what? I need to chill real quick. I need to understand, why am I feeling like this?
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing wrong with being jealous, but like, I was like I was out of my element.
You off your square.
I was, yeah.
You was off your square like a motherfucker. I know.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, what's going on? I was like, all right. One thing I identified, I was hurt because I wasn't the person she was seeing that night.
Got you.
Because I wanted to see her because I really care about her.
That's why you text her.
Yeah. Right. Part of the reason I'm communicating with her. And then the second part of it was, I realized that I had a long week. Doing a lot of work, dealing with a lot of people.
Got you.
I hadn't been sleeping a lot, so I'm tired too.
Got you.
So now, something that would have normally just kind of rolled off my back was like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's like that.
Build up.
Yeah, it was a build up, and it had literally nothing to do with her.
Damn. She caught a straight bullet.
Yeah,
well, she was about to.
She was about to, but it was like my jealousy was coming from a place of like a whole bunch of other emotions I was dealing with. So I got jealous in this one situation because I'm dealing with all these other emotions from being stressed at work, dealing with family stuff, missing her, just all this other stuff. So this jealousy cropped up in me. But what I did was I stepped back and I was like, wait a minute, Oscar, why are you feeling like this? What is the problem?
Self-awareness is a motherfucker, ain't it?
Right. Well, I'm happy I have it, but I think it also allows me to do that emotional work on myself when I need to. So understood. That's why I think emotional health is so important.
That was the one that you controlled yourself. What about the one that you didn't control yourself?
Road rage.
Oh yeah, well, road rage.
Oh yeah. I remember one time I was in San Francisco and I was like, I was about to get in a fight with someone because there's this turn off. And it's one lane, but you're not supposed to drive over here, and people will come and try to cut in front of you. So I try to kind of be in both, so people could, but the person still kind of squeeze in. So when the light turned green, I start going so they can't get over, and I'm about to, hella petty, and I'm about to run them off, and then finally I get in front of them. And I go over to the lane I was about to get in, and they pull up real fast, looking all out the window. And I was like, Lord, I'm glad I don't have a firearm. I'm glad I'm not close enough to say anything to them. I'm glad, because I'm
going to send his ass up there with you in a minute.
Because I reacted.
Yeah.
I reacted. I didn't respond.
Yeah.
I reacted. And it's just I was just out of control. And it was just it was really bad. And the situation could have gone so south. Because dude pulled up he was mad at me, I did something wrong, but you the one breaking the law and trying to cut in front of me, you could have just waited in the line of cars, but yeah. So that was a time where I exercised poor emotional health.
Right, understood. Because I'd have pulled over. We had to throw them hands one on one, but
I was like, no.
I guess there's 4 components of emotional health.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they are self-acceptance, self-esteem, resilience, and the ability to manage strong emotions. You said the last one for sure. The ability to manage your strong emotions, self-acceptance, and self-esteem. Let's say, what does self-acceptance mean to you? Wait.
Okay.
I like the self-acceptance because I didn't, when we're talking about emotional health, I didn't tie it into it. But I feel like a part of, like it says, the self-acceptance is the part that you are accepting who you are and what you are. And
absolutely.
And once you, because a lot of people, I didn't know a lot of people struggle with that, just accepting who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know people had that many insecurities to where it was hard for them to accept who they are. I know, for me, as a young child, I've always had a big head. We always had a big nose. I grew into my lips. You know what I'm saying? I've always had a big smile. So everything was big about me. You feel me? Everything is big about me. So everything is big, but as a young kid, your body
runs in the family.
Right now. All right
All
now.
right, I'm done. I'm done.
But as a kid, like you don't grow into your form until you get older. So I was
Right.
very insecure about my nose. That's why I would dress it up with nose piercings. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? Back in the day, yeah, I was like, "Fuck it, it's big. You gonna see it anyway. I might as well hang a chandelier from it." You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of things I would think about. And after a while, this became who I am. But as I've grown, I've accepted I can go outside without this because I've accepted who I am as a person physically, mentally. I went through a point to where I was like afraid to be who I was because I feel like my personality was too strong for people. And I started to notice that my energy is very strong. So when I walk in a room, not only do I command attention with my appearance, if I'm really like comfortable, I command it with my personality. And sometimes it could push people away. Sometimes it could gravitate to people. But me, I want to be so likable. I want everybody to like.
Right.
Not everybody to like me to make me feel good, but I just want everybody to be just like you. We all like each other. I'm
You
one of
want
them
people
type
to
of,
be comfortable.
Yeah, I'm one of them type of people. And once I see people being uncomfortable around me, it makes me like.
Right.
And I was hanging out with a lot of people that were uncomfortable, so I like tone myself down, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But physically, my appearance, I've learned to self love myself. You know what I'm saying? And like just my personality, who I am. But I know I just went on a tangent about shit. But what is self acceptance to you? Like what is that? How do you see that? What does that mean to you?
It's just understanding that. For me, it's been understanding I am who I am, and my friends are gonna describe me as Oscar being Oscar. My job will say I'm not kind enough sometimes because like I could be very direct, right?
Yeah, we know.
And yeah, and even in my personal life, people are like, why you have to say it like that? But I've come to learn that this is who I am, and I have made adjustments to
That
that.
might be a family thing too, because I'm very direct as well.
Yeah, it definitely is,
I'm very
but
cut straight to the point. Like,
right, but you are more tactful than I am most of the time.
but that makes it worse.
What, being tactful about it?
Yeah,
Well,
because I've
yeah.
already planned it out how I'm gonna say it.
Well, it makes it the reason
Even
why.
even if it may hurt your feelings, I've already planned it out in my head. This shit, I'm saying this shit.
Yeah, well, a lot of times I don't. You might know it's gonna hurt someone's feelings. I usually don't even know it's gonna hurt their feelings because I feel like it's just the truth and it's what it
But
is.
see, that's how I feel about it too. So whether I hurt your feelings or not, it's still the truth.
Right.
Whether
Well,
I know it's gonna hurt your feelings, it's still the truth.
Right.
I'm not a big this is my truth type of nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Because men lie, women lie,
We all
numbers
lie.
don't.
Numbers don't. That's true.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the truth was I heard recently there's three sides to the truth. His side, her side, and the actual truth, basically.
Right. Right.
I'm for the truth. I don't care if it's gonna hurt your feelings or not. Just
Or if I'm wrong.
and I'm okay, and I'm open to the possibility of being wrong as well. So
Yeah.
as long as the truth stays the truth, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like,
Right.
I don't want to beat around the bush because then it just takes longer.
Right. But back to the whole self acceptance and how that plays in for me is like I understand that that's how I come off and that's how I deliver my message. So there's even times where I'm like I decide like, do I even want to deal with that person's emotions based on how they feel about me?
Right.
Because I know how I come off and I understand the impact I can have on people.
Right.
So it's just understanding what my impact is and being okay with that and understanding that that's gonna make me not for everybody. I'm not gonna be able to be friends with everybody.
Right.
Now, I always try to respect everyone, but at the end of the day, in a lot of ways, it kind of is what it is. Like I'll try to respect you, I'll try to be nice and kind, but I'm also gonna be who I am and not marginalize myself for someone else.
I used to, like I said, I used to do that a lot, man. It kind of like it sent me into like a low key, like a kind of like a depression type.
That's
of
hard because you weren't being
wasn't
genuine
being
to
myself.
who you are.
Because I would literally be walking on eggshells around people that I know would get intimidated by me.
Right.
Like, imagine living that fucking lifestyle.
That's tough. And so in that situation, and what you may do now, but what I would do is like,
Fuck them.
those aren't the people I'm supposed to be around.
Exactly. Fuck them. That's what I got to, nigga. If you're insecure around me, you feel some type of way, you think I'm sleeping with your baby mama, yeah. I don't even give a fuck.
You just go like so
I mean, but,
I mean, yeah.
I've been in those
Yeah.
situations.
Well,
To where, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
niggas be like, you sleeping with my baby mom? Like, nigga, what? That is the home girl. Let me tell
Right.
you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, well, I do not want her. Trust me. I've heard how y'all act together. I don't want her. She tells me everything. I don't want her. I promise you I don't want her, bro.
Yeah, but
you can
no.
have her.
I think that's all part of self acceptance, right? Like, so, I mean, just knowing who you are, but I think it's more than just knowing who you are. I think it's understanding your impact on the world too. And
That's hard though. A lot of people don't. Nigga, I didn't know the impact I had on people until I actually stopped dancing. That's a hard
That was a hard lesson.
realization to even know how much you affect like these people. I've had 4 different Instagrams, and everybody follows me to the same Instagram. I just announced that I was having my first child, and all my dance kids was like, "Oh, I got a sister now." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just blows my mind. Like, wait, what? Y'all really look at me like pops and stuff? Like, I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not old enough to be your dad, but
it's the impact you had.
It's impact. Yeah, that's crazy.
But that I think that's part of self acceptance is understanding what your impact is, and once you understand what it is, using it for the right things.
I never wanted it. That is, it's scared. Cousin, let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this on air, and this probably gonna be the first time that I've said this shit in any type of space.
Okay.
And just remember, we still talk about this mental health thing. When I became a dancer, I only did it for the hoes. That's number one. I did it because the chicks liked dancers at the time. It was telling me to go, you know what I'm saying, the hyphy movement was going crazy. When I actually got good at it, and I started like getting a name for myself, it's so many people from overseas, so many kids was looking up to me, and you know me, like I'm just like, man, I'm too old. I have my grill in, I'm walking, talking, fuck all the other time, just doing the most. And I realized how much of an impact I was making on people, especially the kids. So I was trying to clean myself up, but I wasn't being myself. And long story short, I shied away from the spotlight because I felt like I wasn't good enough to be in that position of being that to those people.
I mean, that's real.
Like I shied away from it to where, nigga, like that's probably one of the big reasons why I moved out of LA. Remember you like, why don't you dance? Why don't you dance? I was like, nah.
Because you didn't want the spotlight.
Nah. And it seemed like I do. That's just my personality naturally is to be like this.
I know you, and as we've gotten closer over the last several months, like you like to be out, but you don't want to necessarily be the center of attention.
Yeah.
I've seen
that's
it.
Exactly what it is.
Because like we be in the club, people be dancing. I was like,
why don't you dance?
I was like, cousin, why don't you go shut this down real quick? He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm just having
chilling,
a good time.
Right? I just want to blend in.
Right.
I don't want the attention.
Right.
But that's a tale to show you that's how I look at when I'm in the dance world or when I'm in anything. It's like I don't want to be the center of attention. I want to be there. I want to have fun with everybody. But I don't want to be the center of attention.
Well, don't look at it as being the center of attention. Look at it as you getting your flowers for being good at what you do.
Get my motherfucking shine, boy.
Right. So I hope you accept that part of yourself, so you can have good emotional health.
All right. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, and I also look at it as like I was talking to my boy Duck. Shout out to Duck, my New York nigga. He posted on Instagram. He was like, "I haven't danced in a while. I feel like I'm wasting the gift that God gave me." And when I read that, I was like, damn, this was like last week. And I read it like, damn.
Oh, is that why you posted that video?
That's what inspired me to get up and create that video.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, if you're not gonna at least pursue a career with your talent, you still owe to me, because like I'm religious.
Mm-hmm.
I still owe my how I pay God back
Mm-hmm.
is to make that impact on the world
Right.
using the gift that He gave me. So dance is my gift. Speaking is my gift. Creating is my gift. Designing is my gift.
Right.
My brand is honor and legacy. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, my brand is honor and legacy. So if I'm not creating and I'm not dancing, then I'm not using the gift that God gave me.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of like, yeah, me running away from the spotlight.
Yeah.
And now I'm realizing it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm realizing this in like the last 3 weeks. It's making sense now.
Hey.
That's why I'm like, let's do it. Fuck it, let's do it. Like, put my whatever to the side, my fear of whatever fear that I have of being in the spotlight. Because I can't even pinpoint why I'm afraid to be in the spotlight.
Because all your life you've been told, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't, no. And not even because someone was trying to tear you down. That's just like,
What they knew.
but that's just what happens. But everyone hears that. That's why so many people have trouble getting up and going, because you hear no so many times and so much throughout your life that you, as soon as something happens, it's like, oh, this isn't right.
Nigga.
It inbreds in your, it ingrains in you.
Success
This
feels
isn't
normal. I mean, success feels
abnormal.
like irregular. Yeah, abnormal. Like,
but we got to make success the norm. We got to make
like
it's
when
okay.
things go good in my life, I start to almost have an anxiety attack because I feel like something bad about that is like right on the corner.
That's
Crazy.
tough. That's
crazy.
Tough.
I know.
But you working on it. You doing the work.
I'm doing the work. That's all that matters.
You doing the work.
Praying, doing the work, and you know what I'm saying. God gonna bless. So I ain't really worried about that. What was the other health that we was talking about?
So we said mental health, emotional health, physical health, and spiritual health.
This was emotional health. We kind of went into spiritual.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
There's a lot of overlap.
I was gonna go straight into spiritual.
Yeah.
But we talked about it. You're not atheist.
Right. How do I do spiritual health with where I'm at? With
religion? that's my question. You already know. How do you get to that level of?
You know, it's something I'm still working on. I don't
even know if you realize this. Because even then, when you was talking about your road rage, you said, "Lord, if you don't."
Yeah, and you know,
so I don't know if that's like an old habit or is that like
you know, in the Bible they say, "Train up a child in the way they should go," and then when they get older, they will not depart. Right. So. A lot of that is still ingrained in me, and I think part of it is just like meditation. And if I were to say there is a God, and if there is a God or that higher level, then yeah, maybe I speak to that, and I still feel like there's something there. I just don't necessarily agree with the interpretations that are across this world, right? But there is something about having that faith that provides comfort. Right. It is something about that. So I think my spiritual health is something that I'm definitely like grappling with. But I just meditation, being calm, using a lot of the principles that are in the Bible, right?
A lot of religious and spirituality,
right? Because those principles that they teach, those are great principles, right? Yeah. There are certain parts of it I just have trouble swallowing.
Pause.
I have trouble digesting or understanding or whatever. Yeah, but I think it's about just being one with self and like checking in with myself and seeing how I am and making sure I am taking care of myself emotionally and physically and mentally. And the spiritual part is just like letting go and understanding that I can only control the things within my sphere of influence, and everything else is just happening.
That's what religion has done for me. That's my spiritual practice has done for me. Even when I was a Christian, it kind of like, it helped me to put my issues onto something or someone else.
Right.
Selfishly, as in the Bible they would say that, and even in Islam we would say that, put your worries and your put your worries on Allah.
Right.
He has you in His mind basically. But that discipline and the comfort is for me because I think a lot. I'm very like a critical type of thinker type person. Like I want to analyze any and everything. And if I don't have that peace, that direction, because I can't sit there and meditate. I've tried it. It just does not work for me. I get antsy. I want to get up. And it could be, I don't know, it could be, my mom told me to keep doing it and practicing more, but I found comfort in prayer. You know what I'm saying? I found comfort in just listening to the Quran on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like just pressing it, listening. It's in Arabic. I don't understand a word they're saying, but I'm listening to it and it soothes me. Then I go back and read it. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I play it on YouTube and they'll have it and then they'll have the words underneath it and stuff like that. And I just kind of read, shit there, read or whatever case may be. And I'm just like, it's giving me peace.
Right.
So for me, the spirituality aspect and the religion is literally gave me peace, and that's what I needed in a crazy time in my life.
Right.
That's what I needed. So I feel like whether you are a religious person or not, I feel like you should. Because I don't think you need to. I feel like my advice would be you should. You can do whatever you want, but you should have some type of form of self meditation, prayer. What is it? Hitting those little bowls with what I'm saying, the sounds and stuff, or some type of whatever that's gonna ground you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Because we can talk about that.
Hey, look.
Oh, goddamn day. Okay, my boy.
Look.
My boy.
You think we good on spiritual health?
I think I'm good on spiritual because I don't want to get too deep into
the religious conversation.
The religious and because I that's not what I want to do. Because like I said in the previous podcast, I'm fairly new to my religion, and I'm not a teacher. I'm not a scholar. I'm what I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I am what I am. And I'm learning because it's a journey. Like, this is a lifetime journey. This is not something that I'm just subscribed to for the month. You know what I'm saying? 30, what is it, a 30-day free trial? It's not a 30-day free trial.
It's not a 30-day free trial.
You know what I'm saying? So,
no,
it's something that I'm continuing to learn. And, maybe next year, when I'm more comfortable in it, and I've learned from scholars and all that, maybe I'll talk a little bit about it. But my relationship with God is not for me to be a teacher at this point in time.
Yeah.
My calling may be something else.
Right.
Next year, 2-3 years from now, but as of right now, this is just, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I got you. So we've done emotional and spiritual.
Emotional and spiritual.
Mental, physical? Which one?
Ooh. Let's go physical first.
All right.
I feel like mental is going.
Mental health
is going to be there. It's going to be there.
Physical health, I'm gonna go left real quick on physical health. I'm going left. I'm just gonna go off the rails.
All right.
Men need to learn how to get the right condom size.
Oh my God, this nigga!
I told you I was going left.
I thought we was talking about in the gym, maybe food.
Well, no, but hold on. Sexual health is part of physical health, and that's really important, right? You don't want to get a disease.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Okay.
But we still want sex to be enjoyable.
You talking about the size of the condom, though? I don't think I worry about a nigga what they putting on their thing.
So the reason why I bring that up, right, is...
He said, don't put a small one on because it'll cut your circulation off and it won't stand up.
Facts! Facts! That's facts.
I've been there.
It's facts. Well, but the reason why I brought it up, though, is because you got Trojan, and they got the whole Magnum thing, right? You got Magnums, and then you got Magnum XLs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the issue: a regular condom, 50, and most people when they thinking about condoms, they think only about length. They're not worried about girth or anything.
Why
are we having this
conversation?
Because I think it's important.
I don't want to be talking about another man's.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about
size, length,
right?
girth,
but
birth.
But so here. This is a problem in the U.S. that we can't have transparent conversations about stuff without being like, oh, that's we shouldn't like this is
I don't care if.
But what I'm saying is if people aren't educated about what's out there, then they can't make the right decisions for themselves.
Then take it away, my brother.
I'll be real quick.
Cause I don't give two flying shits if somebody's wearing a small condom or a big condom. And okay, I'll give you a funny story. How about this? I'll give you a funny story. I remember when I was young, boom, fresh, get my little weeble wobble wet. You know what I'm saying? I was fresh in the game. So I call myself trying to be a big boy, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, that conversation in high school, early high school, you like, wow, my thing-a-lang is 2 inches from the ground. My thing-a-lang is 2 inches from the back wall. She be screaming my name and I be hitting it. We was all virgins and shit, right? So, so I had already lost my virginity at this time, but I called myself trying to be a big dog, and I'm like, shit, I'm with this chick. She gonna see me buy these Trojan XLs. Long story short, using them, this and that. Thing kept slipping out. But it was slipping out the condom, so the condom still be there.
No, I know what you meant.
You know, you gotta pull it. You gotta pull it out, and that's just a funny story. Just
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna keep this part short. Just get the right size. Read up on the millimeters for the girth of the condom.
Try it all.
Yeah, but
whatever works for you, try it.
But get something that fits. It makes the sex better. That I can guarantee. Like the Men's Warehouse, I guarantee it. All right, now that I've gone off the rails completely,
can we come back?
We're gonna put it back on
physical health.
I think the most important part of physical health.
Time out. What is physical health to you?
Physical health is anything that has to do with my physical body. So working out, food, light, rest, sleeping, any of that.
Okay.
And I think one of the most important parts of physical health is food.
Absolutely. I eat like shit.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. High blood pressure runs in my family. I don't know if it did. Do you have
the same family?
Right, but there are minor differences.
He like,
right?
nigga, what about your family? I'm like,
no, not your family. I'm like, is that something that you have to work with or have to deal with? High blood pressure.
It would only be on our side of the family.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think not on my mom's side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you might not be that bad then. Yeah. So high blood pressure, it runs in my family, both sides. My mom and my dad. Yeah. Right.
We know.
So I've been pre-hypertension literally all my life.
Right.
But if I eat right, my blood pressure's fine. Right. Like I could literally can control my blood pressure with diet. Yes. I got a prescription for meds that I don't take. I should not be eating at Fixins. I should not eat at Fixins.
I'm there trying to kill my cousin. I didn't realize.
You not trying to kill me.
You trying to kill
myself. Like, yeah. Right. I'm like, this food good. I don't care. And I ain't gonna take my medicine.
Nah, but I'm fuck medicine. Fuck big pharma. Right. But no, I definitely agree with you because I'm gonna add on to what you just said. Not only do I feel like it's physical, I mean, you didn't talk about physical. Not only do I feel like it's how you treat your body. I like to go out into the sun. I sunbathe.
Vitamin D.
during the summer. Pause. You on a roll today? You on a roll today?
I'm about to just turn the cameras off and just go home. I'm gonna head out.
But I sunbathe. Like some days I'll go outside and when it was hot during the summer, even when it was scorching hot, I would sit there and just be in the sun, sweating it all. And I would feel great the next day.
Getting those toxins out of your body.
Yeah. I didn't realize how, because it was...
And the vitamins from the sun.
I found it out from Black Twitter. You know, everybody wanted to be, everybody was pro-black, like the pandemic.
I know about Black Twitter.
Yeah, everybody was pro-black and buy black, and everybody eat sea moss. They was talking about sunbathing. I was like, I got good skin. I want to get out into the sun and, you know, give it some light. And when I did it, it not only did it affect my skin, but it also made me, like I said, I felt good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel like so sluggish. Like, then I did it. Then it was a habit of me like eating healthier. I started not even just eating healthier, but like cutting my portions in half. Cause I eat. I eat if it's around.
That and that's another thing about food.
That's like eating candy around me. I'm like, munch it up. Well,
but that's about food. Like people eat till they full. You should just eat till you're not hungry.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I
eat until I'm past full.
Right.
And I'll be regretting it for the next 3 days.
Right.
So that's not...
It's not healthy.
It's not physically healthy for me. Because not only it's going to make me feel sluggish, it's going to drain energy, it can cause any type of complications down the line with my health.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I want to be here a long time.
Right.
Especially my baby on the way.
Yeah.
I want to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She going to need daddy.
Little cousin.
You watching this, I love you.
What's up, little cuz?
When you watch this and you're old enough to see this, you're old enough to understand what's going on, I love you, baby. But I want to be here for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm recently going to start, like, even if I just don't work out, I'm going to start watching what I eat. And not like, oh, I'm cutting this out, gluten-free, no GMO, extra. Yeah, I'm going to try to do that, but I'm going to be realistic with myself.
Yeah,
and just cut out the extra shit that I'll eat out.
Right.
That I'll eat usually. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'll eat, you know what? Yeah, let me get the fixings. I'm not going to eat it all right now because it's going to make me full. And I'm going to want to throw up, not from it being nasty, but from me, like, being full. I'll eat half later.
Right.
I eat till I'm good, and then let me box this up.
Right. Well, because I think a lot of people don't realize about a lot of the portion sizes we have in the U.S. Like,
it's crazy.
Right. Well, you sit down, the meal's 2,000 calories.
Already, and you're supposed to have that in a day.
In a whole day. Right.
Because you've been overseas, and when I go overseas, like, the portions are definitely, one, the food's healthier. Okay, like, let's talk about that. Two, the portions are smaller. Mm-hmm. Like, even when they serve coffee, like, it's in a small little coffee cup, and you get the coffee itself, and knock it out, go about your day. In the States, they give you the coffee, but they put sugar and sugar and sugar and whipped cream and sugar in your cup. So not only are you active off the coffee, the caffeine, you're active off the sugar.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And just imagine cutting out sugar for a week. Sugar's in everything.
It'd be really difficult.
You would be a fucking crackhead. You would have withdrawals.
Oh, withdrawals, yeah. Sugar's a drug.
Yeah.
It's a drug.
Yeah. And they put it in everything.
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Fellas, ladies, people, anybody watching?
Everybody.
Right. Watch your intake. We're not saying go out there and be some healthy gurus and like that. I mean, that's what you choose to be, then yeah. But just watch what you take into your body, because your body is your vessel. You want to live here. You want to live on Earth long. You want to be healthy. You want to be flexible, stretch, yoga.
Yeah.
Stretch. You want to be, you know what I'm saying, or like me. I dance and then I hoop 2 to 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying, just to stay active, just to get my body going and stuff like that, so I don't start to,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Mental health. Are you good on the physical?
I mean, we didn't even touch on working out, being in the gym.
Working out. Speaking of gym, 'cause I just said that gym.
Yeah, like I've worked out 4 times this week already. It's Thursday.
You trying to get back to where you were for your
Bruh.
birthday, huh? You said you want to make a goal.
8% body fat, baby.
I don't think I've ever been 8% body fat. I've been cracky and skinny before because when I was in LA, I was a struggling dancer and I couldn't eat, so I just didn't eat. So I just did have to go to the gym. So I just lost weight by not eating.
Yeah, no, I actually worked out to get to my 8%.
I ain't gonna lie, cause it was hella funny. Cause when I moved back from LA after a couple months, I went back to LA, and the one thing everybody was saying was like, "Dang, you got big, bro. What you been in the gym?" And I was like, "Nah,
I've been eating like a regular person.
I've been eating. I've been stressless."
Right. Nah, but like for working out, I think the biggest thing for that is understanding that working out is a marathon and not a sprint.
Man, that was my biggest mistake.
Yeah, and it's like
I want to have a 6-pack tomorrow.
right, and it's about being overall healthy. Like, so I used to go in the gym. I used to try to lift all the weight in the gym. Like I was leg pressing 1,000 pounds for reps of 25. Like, what's the point?
Unless you try to get to a competition.
Right. Like, what's the point? So now it's like I think about how I work out is going to impact my body in the long run too. So I think that's
you can mess your body up because I've lifted too much than I thought I could handle, and I messed up my rotator cuff.
right. And so that's a big part of it. Just like making sure to work out smart,
Right.
and be smart about that. So that's a big part of physical health as well. And then sleep. Like sleep is like really important.
I don't get that.
What?
Sleep.
How it's important to
No,
physical?
I just don't sleep.
You don't get enough.
No,
Yeah.
I don't get enough sleep.
Well, so I know for me, when I was my fittest and probably my happiest and not my happiest, but when I was my fittest in life, I used to sleep. I'd get in bed at 10:45. I'd be asleep by 11, and I'd get up around 4:45, 5 o'clock.
Hell no.
So it was like I was only getting like
5
5-6 hours of sleep, but
it was just enough with your schedule. Of working out.
not only that though, it was the hours I was sleeping. I noticed that when I got was it 12, 1, 2, 3, 4? When I got when I went to bed at 11 and got up at 5, that's 6 hours. When I did that, I was rested. Anytime I go to sleep after 11 o'clock and I get 6 hours, I still feel tired. So it's also understanding like what your sleep patterns are and what your
that makes sense.
And the time of day you
That
should be
makes sense,
sleeping.
because when I go to sleep, like say if I pull like an all-nighter and I'll be up to like 4, 3 a.m. I'll sleep probably until my days off. I'll sleep till like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Wake up, still be tired.
Right. Because you weren't sleeping
5,
when you were
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That's like a 10, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
10 hours. Nigga, like, why am I still tired? But it's, like you said, it's the schedule.
Yeah, your
Schedule.
body.
Your body is like, no, bro, we supposed to be sleeping around this time. We supposed to be
Right.
up around this time.
Right.
Because naturally, if we cut off all the clocks in the world, we'll still be on the same time. We'll just be on the sun now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they were doing it before technology.
Right. Right.
So it's not. Our body is going to adapt to the earth because that's what it's going to do.
Right. And there's a lot of, but just long story short, sleep is really important.
Right.
And not just sleeping enough, but when you sleep, and to get that really
That's a big
deep
one.
sleep.
A lot of people don't understand. Like I didn't even understand that. Like
Yeah.
when you sleeping is important.
Because like I realized like as long as I was asleep by 11 o'clock, when I got up the next morning,
It was good.
I was refreshed.
Right.
I'm like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like at the gym by 5:30 or 6 to start my workout.
Hell to the no.
Yeah, I used to work
I
out
used to know
2
this, I
hours a
used to know
day.
this chick that used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day. Every single day to go to the gym. I was like, you know, lost your rabbit ass
Yeah.
mind, girl.
But yeah, so I mean, that's the biggest thing about physical health. I mean, I think I'm good there. We can move on to mental health.
I'm trying to look up some statistics, but I don't want to look at the CDC
For mental
website.
health and everything.
Yeah, for some
I
numbers.
think Mental health is it's a lot to unpack there.
It's very much a lot to unpack.
I think the biggest thing for me in mental health is just getting to, for me it's been getting to know who I am as a person, how things impact me, and that I can control how they impact me. And I did like a leadership program one time, and they said everything that happens to you and everything that's around, or not everything, but the majority of things are just information.
Right.
And how I choose to perceive that information will dictate how it impacts me.
Let me ask you this. This is another topic we could talk about as well. You believe mental health, you believe like depression and stuff is real.
Yes.
There's people out there that don't believe that. And I feel like, I don't know if they've experienced depression or anxiety, because I can't say.
Right.
But they say because they don't believe it, they don't have it.
You know, let me step back. I can almost agree with that, right? Because just like I said, the information and how you choose to respond to it, or how I choose to respond to it, is what makes it impactful or not.
Right.
So like I heard something one time. I don't know where I heard it. I just be hearing these random things. There was like an indigenous tribe, and no one in the tribe stuttered. Right?
That's funny.
And they were trying to figure out why no one stuttered. And they realized...
Ruben stuttered?
Huh? They realized that particular tribe...
We know who the childish one is in the family, okay?
We realized they realized that tribe didn't have a word for stutter. So how are you going to do something if you don't even know what it is? So someone saying, I don't believe depression or anxiety is real, I can see where they're coming from and why they say they don't have it. Because it can't, like...
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you think... Because I'll give mine, but I just want to bounce these questions off. Mental health is a part of, what was the first?
Spiritual
health.
Yeah. It, like, mental health, spiritual health, and emotional health, I think are all intertwined.
Or emotional health. Excuse me, emotional health.
Yeah, absolutely. Because your emotions are thoughts.
So if you... Right. I'm trying to word the question right. So if you're able to control your emotional health, are you able to control your mental health? Because your mental health is going to come from those feelings, right?
Right.
Those emotional feelings, right?
Right. Yeah, I think yes, because I think mental health, to me,
and we right now we just talking. We don't have no statistics. This is not
right.
something that
this is all opinions. All opinions. But yeah, I think for me it has been...
We can't clinically diagnose anybody.
Nothing.
We don't want to
Zero.
trigger anybody.
If you have something going on, you need to
turn it off. Respectfully, turn it off. But we don't want to trigger anybody.
At the end of this video, we'll put numbers for people to get help.
Yeah,
so if you need help, seek out licensed professionals to help you, not us.
Opinions, just so we...
Opinions. But yeah, so emotional health, I think, does partner with mental health, because mental is the words that we use and everything. So to even be able to express your emotions, you have to mentally, you have to be able to express it and assign words to that. So yes, I think they go hand in hand, even spiritual. But so yeah, like I found once, as I was growing and learning how to communicate better and everything, my emotional health actually got better, because I was learning how to communicate with people outside of who I was. Yeah. But I also learned how to communicate with myself better by learning communication skills.
Right.
I could ask myself, and I talk to myself sometimes, Oscar, what's going on?
Geniuses usually do talk to themselves.
Yeah. And it's like, what's going on? Why do you feel this way? Stop. You need to really take inventory of what's going on right now.
I like that.
Or you need to go get help, or you need to talk to someone.
Right.
you need to seek out what you need to be okay.
Right.
So it's like, yeah. So I think mental and emotional health definitely go hand in hand. It leads into spiritual health.
And I would say I wouldn't say I don't believe in depression or anxiety, but I believe you can control them
Yes.
by one, control understanding and knowing your triggers,
Yep.
and also understanding and knowing that it's going to pass.
Right.
That's the one thing, because I've been in that dark space. I've been there, and Ariel could contest to this. Like I used to be in the bed, like shaking, like I can't stop shaking. Like what's wrong? Having a panic attack, and it was scary because I didn't know when it would stop. So the depression or the anxiety was prolonged because I was worrying about when it would stop. Instead of just living my life, I was worrying about like,
what was happening to you.
am I gonna happen? It's gonna happen tomorrow. It's gonna happen the next day. I'm cool right now, but what about an hour? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn how to emotionally control myself, how I think, how I, you know what I'm saying? Like all that I had to just control. Okay, it's a feeling. All right, cool. Take a deep breath, let it go. It'll go in a minute. The more and more I was able to control that, the more and more I was able to push those feelings out of my system, whether it was depression or anxiety. Like even that, because I feel like we all go through it a little bit. It just people have a different gauge for it. Some people are very sensitive. Like me, I'm very sensitive to it. Like anything could trigger me like that. But I'm not now, but back in the day.
Right.
Like I'll wake up and the room would just feel off, and I'll be like, "Fuck, I'm in that spot again." You know what I'm saying? But if I catch myself doing it today, I'm like, I have a safe word, and it's funny because it's so me. It's funny. I'd be like, if I feel like I'm about to be off, or I feel like I'm getting anxiety, because I feel that shit like rush from my feet all the way up to I feel it all the way up to my head. I'll laugh unintentionally, and I'll say, "Nigga, you tripping." Something so simple, right?
Right.
And it's just like, because the reason why I say that is because I would say that to somebody. The people who know me in my life would say that to me. My mother would say that to me. My father would say that to me. Everybody would say that to me, like, "Nigga, you tripping." And it gives me comfort to where it's like, okay, it is what it is right now. We'll be cool in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like mental health and emotional health go hand in hand. Once you can control your emotions and understand what they are, then I feel like you'll have a good grasp on how to control or your mental health. You know,
Right.
whether it's depression or anxiety. You might not be able to get out of it. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a journey. It's gonna be time, but you'll be able to navigate through in a softer space.
Yeah, you'll have the tools.
Yeah, you have the tools.
Basically, what you just spoke about is you found the tools that work for you.
Work for me.
Right.
For me.
I found the tools that work for me, and I think that's what it's all about. Like I had to seek those tools out, and I think that's the best way to do. Seek the tools out, learn what the tools are, and then figure out the ones that work for you.
And you're gonna go through a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I went through working. I tried smoking, drinking, working out, having sex. None of that works for me, because to me, in my mind, I was avoiding myself. So I'm the type of nigga, I face everything head on. Like I think I just run in our bloodline. We just face everything head on. It is what it is. Me facing it head on was how I coped with the situation. To where I was, like I said, where I was at points where I was like, it is what it is, bro. Nigga, you tripping. Let's go outside and do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the less I would think about it. So
you found the tools that work, and I mean, that's not always an easy thing to do.
It's not, bro. And I rest in peace to my brother Twitch. We love you, bro. May you rest in peace. God rest your soul. Peace be upon you. And yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine recently. And we all knew Twitch. And I'm just gonna say we because I don't want to give out the gender. I'm gonna just include myself in that. We was talking about it, and they were having that conversation of like, if I didn't dance, I would remove myself from this world. And I'm sitting in the car like, I don't think we was in the car yet. I was sitting there, and they said it jokingly, but I know this person. Mm-hmm. And you know, we was having a conversation because, like I said, our friend passed away, and we had the conversation. Ooh.
Take your time.
Yeah, and it was just one of the ones where it's like, I looked at him, and I was like, bro, like, if you ever decided, and this is probably the realest shit I've ever said to anybody dealing with this, because I've been in that situation. I've been in a place to where it's like, I don't want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not an easy thing to think about.
It's not.
And people think like, oh, it's a cowardly way to go out and stuff like that. I heard people say that. I mean, yeah, no, depending on how you look at it, but it's not easy to. It's hard, but then it gets easy, because once you accept the fact that you're going to do what you're going to do, you tend to just, everything doesn't matter anymore. It's like whatever. And people are like, oh, they were so happy when they left. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they would do that, because they were already at peace with it internally. So I looked at my friend and I told him, and I said, if you decided to go that route, I wouldn't be mad at you. Trigger warning. I wouldn't be mad at you. Because me being upset that you think that you're thinking that might put more weight on your shoulders than me accepting what I don't have any control over anyway.
Right.
That's between you and God, or you or whoever you believe in. And they looked at me, and I looked, and I'm just like, I'm dead ass serious, bro, because I've been.
It's a rough space to be in.
I've been where you probably are right now, and you probably think there's no way out. You holding on to dance, like I said, and it's something that you feel like if you don't have something that you love there, you don't know what else you'll love in the world. But there's so much to love in this world.
Right. So many beautiful things.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I also told her I wouldn't be mad at you. I still love you the same way that I did before and after. But one thing I said, if that was the case, reach out to me.
Oh, yeah.
Let the whatever conversation transpire, let it transpire. You don't even have to tell me what's on your mind, what you about to do. Let the conversation be the conversation. And if the conversation is supposed to be how it's supposed to be, and you're supposed to be here, then that's what it is. You still feel like whatever you're supposed to be is not supposed to be. I'm trying to put it in words where we don't get
sensitive words.
Yeah. Then that's what it is too.
Right.
And I'm gonna love you either way.
Right.
And that was probably the realest conversation I've ever had with somebody, because it's just not something that's like.
It's not something to joke with.
It's like, it's crazy. Like, I don't. Yeah.
I've been in that space. So I think like I kind of got chills as you was talking about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold the tears back because I'll bust out and start crying now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was funny. You said, we don't know what we're going to talk about today. I was like, let's talk about health.
Right, because
So, but yeah, like, but I think we,
let me say something else about
okay.
this. About this last. I'm not a doctor. I don't have any degrees in mental health or health in general. I don't have any credentials, none of that. I'm just a everyday guy that's been through some shit. um, if you're going through something, there's nothing nobody has. Okay, let me word this correctly. Um, you are not the first person that's going through what you're going through. Um, you can reach out to people.
Mm-hmm.
You may reach out to friends. Sometimes your friends are not the people to reach out to because they don't understand. They're not going through it. They probably haven't gone through it. Or they're probably going through their own situations themselves. Reach out to somebody, a professional.
Yeah.
Reach out to a professional if it's getting that deep. Sometimes you just need somebody to listen.
Yep.
Your friends are going to want to help. You don't need help. You just need somebody to listen. They're going to want to tell you certain things to do, and you're like, dog, just listen. They won't understand that. That's why I say your friends are not your therapist.
Get a therapist.
Get a therapist
like
for your therapist. And even then, if you feel like you can't afford one and you just like communicate, say, bro, sis, whatever. I just need somebody to listen to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me without giving any unsolicited advice.
And on the flip side of that, if you're that person who gets that phone call from someone, you can ask, do you want my advice or do you want me to listen? Give the person the choice. Like, a lot of times I've had friends call me and it took me a while to get to this spot, but I'll look at somebody like, are you telling me this because you want my advice? Are you telling me this because you just need someone to listen to you?
He's done that with me. He's like, do you want my advice or
or do you just want me to listen?
Right.
Because I understand sometimes you just need to get something off your chest.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need anyone telling you anything. And you just speaking out loud to someone and feeling heard can be all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just need to speak out loud to someone so you can hear the words
to yourself. Right.
And you just need that person, and sometimes it's just that feeling that someone cares.
Right. Remember I told you, I ain't gonna say her name, but I was texting my homegirl and I was like, she sent this long ass.
Yeah.
That was her. She was going through her situation today.
Right.
And I simply asked, what's wrong? If you want to talk, I'm all ears. She talked. She just kept going. I'm reading it. I didn't give no advice.
Right.
I didn't give none. I just asked her, now how do you feel? She said, I feel better. I said, the conversation is over now. Unless you want me to give an opinion on it,
right,
on the situation, conversation is over. We don't need to talk about nothing. So what you doing?
Right.
What you about to do?
Right.
Because I don't want to. I've been the person to give unsolicited advice, and sometimes
that does more harm than help.
It does more harm than it does good. So, like Oscar said, if you're that person on the flip side, communicate.
Mm-hmm.
You want advice, or you just want me to listen? If you're that person on the other side, I need you to listen, or I need your advice. Communication is key when it comes to mental health, and again, seek professional help.
Yes.
I've dealt with mental health issues. I know people who've dealt with mental health issues, and just being open about the situation. I've lost multiple friends to mental health issues, and I've also had friends who are still here today from mental health issues. Just seek help. Whatever help you need, seek it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look. I think we done.
I think
we over an hour.
I think that was a lot.
That was heavy.
That's heavy.
That's heavy. Good luck editing.
Yeah,
this.
I might fuck around and cry. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to, man, dog.
But yeah, I want. If you made it this far, and I hope you did, thank you.
Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe, like, comment.
They gotta get it together. Be on the lookout for the You Good digital platform on YouTube. Like I said, the link will be in the description.
Right.
Go subscribe to that. We appreciate y'all. Right now, we're in the process of building something amazing.
Right. Starting
off with this podcast. This will be one of the series, the shows that'll be on the network. I'm still gonna do my talks with Mosi, and I'm still gonna do my Ancient Chronicles on here. So make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the next channel, and be on the lookout for my cousin podcast. His ethically non-monogamous ass. Go and be on the lookout for his channel coming soon. So yeah, we about to go. All
right. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, your boys.
Yeah, that was heavy.
I need to go watch some comedy.
Yeah, put a smile on the face.
Put a smile on your boy's face.